I'm going to show you how to install the Google Forms add-on named Answer Router Legacy 1. So this video is how to install it, the permissions you need. Once you have found Answer Router Legacy 1 in the G Suite Marketplace, you can click the free button. A Google form will open. Let's get started. Answer Router Legacy 1 needs your permission to run. Continue. Choose the account. Here you can see the OAuth ID right here. OAuth, consent. Answer Router Legacy 1 wants to access your Google account. View and manage Google Drive files and folders that you have opened or created with this app. View files from Google Drive that you have opened with this app or that are shared publicly. Save changes to files that you have opened with this app. Create new files in Google Drive using this app. View folders and their contents from Google Drive that you have opened with this app. Make changes to folders and their contents that you have opened with this app. Delete contents of folders that you have opened with this app. This permission is for creating files and folders that you have opened or created with this app. The way you open a file or a folder is with the Google File Picker or the Google Folder Picker. So for example, if you wanted the answers from the form to go to a specific spreadsheet, you would use the Google File Picker to open a Google spreadsheet, save that as a setting, and the form answers, when someone submits the form, would go to that Google spreadsheet. You can also save, for example, a PDF template file to your drive in a specific folder, and you would use the Google Folder Picker to choose the folder where the PDF template file would be saved. The Answer Router Legacy 1 add-on may create a folder specifically for the add-on. So if the add-on needs to create a file, it may create a folder for Answer Router Legacy 1, then create the file in that folder. So that's what this permission is for. This permission cannot access files or folders that you have not chosen or that the add-on did not create. So if the add-on didn't create the folder or the file, or you didn't choose a folder or a file as a setting, the add-on cannot access those files or folders. Let's go to the next one. See, edit, create, and delete your spreadsheets in Google Drive. Answer Router Legacy 1 can save the form answers to a spreadsheet. That's the reason it needs this permission. Answer Router Legacy 1 does not delete a spreadsheet. Answer Router Legacy 1 can create a spreadsheet if you set up the settings to create a spreadsheet when certain conditions are met. It needs to edit a spreadsheet. When someone submits a form, the form answers need to be saved to a spreadsheet. So that's an edit. The next permission is see, edit, share, and permanently delete all the calendars you can access using Google Calendar. Answer Router Legacy 1 can create an event in any of your calendars. This add-on will never delete a calendar. It will never share a calendar. It edits a calendar in the sense that it will create an event on your calendar, or it will add guests to your calendar. But all this add-on does is create an event, or add guests, or send an invitation. It will never share or permanently delete a calendar. The next permission is view and manage forms that this application has been installed in. What that means is that this add-on cannot do anything in a Google form if the add-on was not installed for that form. This add-on is a Google Forms add-on, and it needs to be able to access the form responses so that it can get answers out of the form. So it's not really managing your forms. The add-on will get answers out of the form so that it can merge those answers with an email or a PDF file or a calendar event. So it's not really managing your forms. Also, with the calendar permission, if Google in the future provides a permission that is more restrictive, that can add an event but not delete your calendar, then I will use that. The next permission is connect to an external service. There's basically 3 reasons for this. This is a paid add-on. So in order to connect to PayPal or Stripe, the add-on needs to be able to connect to an external service. It needs to be able to connect to PayPal or Stripe. That's one reason. The second reason is if there is an error in the add-on will send out a request to my account to log the error in a spreadsheet that I own. You can turn that off. There is a checkbox that you can uncheck to prevent the add-on from sending an error message to me. The third reason for this external service is to send a welcome email. So those 3 things: send a welcome email, send an error report, and log an error, and to connect to PayPal or Stripe. Send email as you. This add-on can send an email. So all it can do is send an email. It cannot read your emails. It cannot delete an email. It cannot change the settings in your Gmail account. All it can do is send an email. The next permission is allow this application to run when you are not present. What that means is when someone submits your form, you are not present. You're not there when someone else is filling out your form. So you're not present. When someone else fills out your form and submits it, the add-on runs. So that's all that means. The next permission is display and run third-party web content in prompts and sidebars inside Google applications. What that means is there is a sidebar and there are dialog boxes for making settings. The add-on needs settings in order to know what to do. You must make settings and save them so the add-on knows what to do when the form is submitted. In order to show the sidebar and the dialog boxes and to save the settings into your Google form, that's what this is for. So make sure you trust Answer Router Legacy 1. If you trust me and you trust the add-on, then you can click Allow. So, click Allow. The add-on will be installed, and you can see I just got an email. As soon as I clicked Allow, I got an email. Answer Router Legacy 1 was granted access to your Google account. You will get an email stating that you granted access to the add-on. If you want to check activity, if you want to take a look at your account and see what third-party apps are installed in your account that you have given permission to, you can go into your account and check the activity. After you have installed Answer Router Legacy 1, you will get an email welcoming you and thanking you for installing the add-on. The email includes my Stack Overflow profile, Facebook page, privacy policy, terms of service, the link to the group, Google group for Data Director, information if you are in a domain that you may need to know, information about whitelisting the add-on if you are for the add-on administrator if they are in a domain, and other information. Now that Answer Router Legacy 1 is installed, let's take a look at a few things. Click the puzzle icon, click Answer Router Legacy 1. You can choose Settings and Info. That will open the sidebar. Report an issue, About, Authorization, Fixes for Problems, Help. Let's first choose Settings and Info, and that will open the sidebar. You will see that it checked for the paid status. As soon as you open the sidebar, it will check your paid status. This is a paid add-on. In order for the add-on to run, this main button must be turned on. Turn on, then set choices in the feature categories needed. Okay, I'm just going to close this message. Let's go into Settings and Utilities. I'm going to click on the Errors tab. If you do not want error emails sent to you, you can uncheck this box. This sends error emails to you, not to me. It sends it to you. Send error information to developer. If you do not want error information sent to me, the developer, then uncheck this box. So right now, an error email won't be sent to you, and it won't be sent to the developer. If you want to just send an email to yourself when there's an error, you could just check this box and not this one. Support. If you need support and you want to send your settings to me, you can click this button, Send Settings to Developer. Send email to AJ Add-ons. If you click this button, it will send all of your saved settings and your form setup to me. Now, you don't need to do that to get support. You can simply send me an email asking me a question. Utilities tab. Here you can get your settings, get your form settings, get your owner settings, You can add settings. You can change the owner email to the current owner. If you needed to change ownership of the form, you should click this button. And you can delete all your settings. Clear settings. Settings. You can choose a date format. You can choose one of these date formats, or you can choose a custom date format. The default calendar time zone, I would not change that. I would just leave it as the default. It tells you what your current time zone in the browser is right here. Language to use, this doesn't really do anything at the moment. So default calendar event length. Okay, so if you're creating calendar events and the person submitting the form doesn't put in an end date or an end time, the default is to create a calendar event that is 1 minute long. So those are a few of the settings in the settings and utilities. The main thing I wanted to point out was that you can uncheck this box if you don't want error information sent to me. There was a permission that asked for authorization to do something when you are not present. So what that is the on form submit trigger. When a form is submitted, the form submit trigger causes the add-on to run. When you click this main button, I'm going to click this button, change it to on, it will turn green, and it will install a trigger. It's running. This add-on is now turned on. What that did is it installed a trigger. The trigger detects when a form is submitted and it runs the code in the add-on. If you change the button to red, if you turn this off, it deletes the form submit trigger. So I'm going to change this to red. It just deleted the form submit trigger. So this main button is for the permission to allow the add-on to run when you are not present. That's what that's for. The permission that accesses your spreadsheets is the data splitter feature. The data splitter feature saves form answers to a spreadsheet that you have chosen. You can choose a spreadsheet from Drive, and there is a button here that states Open File Picker. That's how you choose a spreadsheet. Here the Google File Picker has just opened. It will only show spreadsheet files. I can choose a spreadsheet file, click Select. The spreadsheet file ID is put in here, the name, and you also need to enter a sheet tab. So this is the setting that needs the permission to access your spreadsheets. You gave a permission to send an email as you. The email settings feature is why the add-on needs to be able to send an email as you. So in the email settings, you can make settings so that an email will be sent when the form is submitted. I'm not going to go over all the different settings. I'm just explaining that the permission asked for is for the email settings. If this button is off, which it is by default, then the add-on will do nothing with your Gmail account. Absolutely nothing. The only time the add-on does anything with your Gmail account, which is nothing but send an email, is if this is on. If you turn this on, enter recipient email, add a subject and a body, and save the settings, then an email will be sent. You also gave permission for the calendar settings. The calendar settings are what determine whether the calendar event is created or not. If this button is red, which means that it's off, then it won't do anything with your calendar. So even though you gave permission to your calendars, if this button is off, it will not do anything with your calendar, and it is off by default. If you want a calendar event created when the Google form is submitted, then you can turn this on, make calendar settings, save them, and a calendar event will be created. PDF definition. This add-on can create a PDF file and it can attach it to an outgoing email. Again, if this is off, then nothing happens. PDF body content. You can define the PDF template here in the settings for the PDF creation. When you define the PDF template, you can save the PDF template to a text file, which is optional. There's some information here. If you check this box to save the PDF template to a text file, the add-on needs to know what folder you want to save the text file to. And in order to pick the folder, click this button, Open Folder Picker. You can click a folder, select it, the folder name will be added, and the folder ID will be added as a setting. This setting relates to the permission that you gave for the add-on to access files or folders that you have chosen. Whatever content you want in your PDF file, type in the content here. When you are done, click the Save button, and your PDF settings will be saved. The PDF settings have a section for the on-off status. Red is off. Green is on. If you have switched the button to on, then the add-on will create a PDF file and put that PDF file in a folder and or attach it to an outgoing email. Conditional PDF creation. When the add-on runs, it can either create a PDF file or not, depending upon how a question in the form is answered. So you can choose a question, choose a condition. I will choose contains. value to test for, and the folder target. Double click for the picker. So when the add-on runs, it will check this question. It will test for whether this question contains this answer, and if it does, it will create a PDF file in this folder target. In this video, I'm not going over all the settings. I'm simply explaining how the permissions relate to the setting. You gave the add-on permission to create files in your drive. The add-on can create a PDF file. If this button is off, then no PDF file will be created. If the button is on, then the add-on will try to create a PDF file. This is a paid add-on. It has a 30-day trial period. So you can use it for 30 days for free. If you want to make a payment, click the payment button. The payment dialog will open. You can look at the pricing, features, payment instructions, or buy a subscription. Pricing is $30 for 1 year. If you want to make a payment, go to buy a subscription. You can pay with PayPal or you can pay with Stripe. If you decide to pay with PayPal or Stripe, the add-on makes an external request. That's what the permission was for the external request. If I click Buy Now, it will go to PayPal and you can log in, make a payment, and then come back to the add-on. You will get a new expiration date. Again, paid service requires the external request permission.